How do voting rights work in shareholder agreements? Imagine a group of people coming together to run a business, but they want to decide how to make big choices. They can do this through voting rights, which are like a say in how the company is run. In shareholder agreements, voting rights are written rules that tell shareholders how they can vote on important issues. These agreements are made to go beyond what the law normally says about voting. Usually in business law, voting rights are based on how many shares each person owns. If you own more shares, you get more votes. But shareholder agreements can change that. For example, shareholders can agree to vote their shares in a certain way, no matter how many shares they have. This is called a voting agreement. It helps shareholders work together to influence decisions like electing directors or approving mergers. Another way is through voting trusts. Shareholders transfer their voting rights to a trustee who votes on their behalf. This can make voting more organized and strategic. The agreement might also specify how votes are cast on specific issues, like approving budgets or hiring executives. Sometimes, the agreement sets a minimum number of votes needed to pass a decision, called a voting threshold. It can even include veto rights, giving certain shareholders the power to block decisions they disagree with. These rules are legally binding, so everyone must follow them. They help separate voting control from just owning shares. This means shareholders can control the company's decisions without necessarily owning the majority of shares. Shareholder agreements often include rules about how shares can be transferred to keep control within a certain group. They also explain how voting blocks are formed, pooled, or split up. Dispute resolution is another important part. If shareholders disagree on votes or management, the agreement can have procedures to settle conflicts. Some agreements include special voting methods like cumulative voting, where shareholders can concentrate votes on one candidate. For private companies or small businesses, these agreements are especially helpful. They keep control clear, protect minority shareholders, and make decision-making smoother. When drafting these agreements, legal experts check that the voting rules follow the law and match what the shareholders want. In short, voting rights in shareholder agreements are about setting clear, written rules on how shareholders exercise their votes. They often use voting agreements or trusts to customize control, making sure the company is run according to what the shareholders decide together.